So there's no one type of experimental cinema. Let's talk film. Hi, my name's Lauren and I'm a film major who wants to share what I'm passionate about with you. As the name indicates, this is a weekly series, so be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss any future videos. Today, I will be giving a quick overview of experimental film. I personally have made a couple pieces, but I don't have a ton of experience with it, but I have really enjoyed researching it, so I want to share it with you guys. Under the umbrella of experimental film, along with experimental film, there is also avant-garde cinema, underground cinema, personal film, etc. Experimental film avoids conventional filmmaking and storytelling conventions to really push the scopes of the medium itself. It tries to avoid the objective reality and go further. Arguably, the most important experimental film piece would be Un Chien Andalou or An Andalusian Dog. That is most famously known for the scene where the cloud slices the moon and then you see the knife slicing the eye. I will not be including that clip here, but I will include some clips of more tamer scenes. Filmmakers like Claire, Ledger, Man Ray, and Duchamp emerged from the Dada art movement. They viewed the rules of filmmaking, conventional rules of filmmaking, as tyrannical and bourgeoisie. Instead of focusing their films on characters and a plot, they focused on images, trick shots, slow or fast motion, and eventually really music and sound, which was really innovative and revolutionary. A big piece would be the 1924 piece from Claire Entr'acte. Which one of its key shots would be the dancer from below. Then we also have surrealism, which is another art-based movement, a little more whimsical and quirky, dreamlike imagery, that kind of thing. Surrealism would also go with the Un Chien Andalou, which was created with Salvador Dali and Louis Buñuel. As I was actually speaking about in my Film Friday series last week, Maya Deren, in one of these corners, and her film Meshes of the Afternoon would also fall into the experimental art movement. And that was really about like motifs, symbolism, the same footage going again, but with a new meaning, that kind of thing. Really interesting stuff. There's also abstract form and associational form. Abstract film organizes the film around colors, shapes, sizes, movements, textures, etc. It often looks super random, but it's actually really organized and put in a precise way. You can't just throw things together and say, experimental film. That's not how that works. There needs to be a purpose, even if it's hard to grasp on first glance. Generally, the introductory section of an abstract experimental film will have basic relationships that grow increasingly complex as the themes grow more diverse and really build upon each other. Then we have associational form, which has more juxtaposition involved, which can be to suggest similarities, contrasts, conflicts, any kind of relationship, because we're associating. General characteristics of experimental film are that they can be of any length. They usually do not have a lot of dialogue or language, mostly just visual. They don't tend to follow narratives or plots, or if they do, they're incredibly absurd and kind of hard to follow. They often draw attention to themselves or the film medium. Sometimes you might even see the camera, or you just realize there's editing, unlike with conventional studio films where the editing is supposed to be seamless and invisible. This is quite visible editing. The camera is almost like another character when it comes to these films, and there aren't even really characters to begin with. You can also have really interestingly manipulated audio and visual effects to really warp your mind. A big thing that I personally love about experimental film is that it really challenges you or me. It challenges the audience. It makes us spectators really think about what they're viewing, why they're viewing it, why it was put in the order it was, and so forth. And I think that experimental film has really no boundaries. It can go anywhere and everywhere, and I am really excited to see where it goes in the future. And that wraps up this video. If you learned something, be sure to give it a nice thumbs up. Comment down below any questions, feedback, suggestions, literally anything. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss my regular Wednesday videos or the next Film Friday. And I will see you next time. Bye!